Ooh girl, the tea is
piping hot.
Okay, these might be hot takes, I don't know. But if you disagree, all I know is you better leave. There's the door. These are my babies. These are my favorite books of all time. No slander. Hi booktube, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Emily and I like to read and then yap about what I'm reading. In today's video, I am so excited. You have no idea. I'm basically just gonna be yapping for however many minutes long about my favorite things. Literally about my favorite things in the entire world, because today we are going over my top 10 God tier books. I know. Are we ready for this? I don't know if we are. There's going to be some books that are popular. There's going to be some that you've never seen before. There might be some where you're like, girl, you're reading that? I don't know. Who's to say? Nonetheless, we're in for a wild ride today, so buckle up, girl. Giddy up.
Country boy, I love you.
Before we get into today's video, first of all, look how cute my mug is. It's all dark and fictional, just how I like my men. As you will soon find out because of this video. Lots of shadow daddies to be discussed today. All my book husbands, all the book boyfriends, whole gang is here.
The gang's all here.
Second, if you haven't already, please hit that big red subscribe button down below, and if you're a real one, and I really hope you are, you will also hit that little bell notification icon next to it so you never miss a new upload from me. I'm also over on Bookstagram. I love a little Instagram story, so be sure to follow me over there to see updates in real time. This video actually happened because of Bookstagram. I asked you guys what you want to see from me, and this was one of the responses. So if you want to be a part of that and decide what video I film next, then be sure to follow me over there. It's at Emily Marie Reads with 2 S's because my name is basic. I'm just a girl, okay? I had no choice in the matter. If Emily Marie Reads with 1 S feels like trading handles, then let me know. Let me know, girl. Let's link up. Now that that's out of the way, let's dive into today's video and discuss my top 10 God tier books. The best books of all time, in my humble opinion. I'm not gonna lie, this took some thought, so I do have a pile beside me of all the books, and I also have a little list on my phone. There's a couple that I can't seem to find. Actually, by a couple, I think I mean one. I was never good at math. Okay, I don't want to hear it. That I will have to pop up on the screen. I do have them somewhere. I just am currently in the process of moving, so there's a lot of boxes, a lot of things everywhere. There's no particular order, and I also want to mention that because I am a fantasy girly, just keep in mind that there will be books mentioned that are a part of a series. I mean, God, it's really hard. It's really hard to write fantasy books in just one book. Like, what do you mean you just invented an entire world, magic system, currency, powers, characters, everything, and you can just cover that in one book? I will never understand. A lot of them are series. I will disclose whether or not I find that series to also be God tier, or if it was just like the one book that really stood out to me. But we'll get there when we get there. Is that a saying? We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Yup. I did really good in school. Don't even worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
First off, I feel like it would be honestly criminal if I didn't mention this, and I know everyone's gonna be like,
Girl, we know.
it's not a surprise, but I need to. I'm obsessed. This is A Court of Mist and Fury, the second book in the ACOTAR series by Sarah J. Maas. But not only that, it is the fancy Night Court edition. This is actually from Scotland. Shout out to Bestie Crystal for getting this from Waterstones in Scotland. I'm sorry, my dream date.
Cute. I mean, I'm sorry.
I know if you're here that you've heard of this book, but I need to mention it. This book is everything to me. This book got me into fantasy specifically. There was something about the cover of ACOTAR at first where I was just like,
I don't want to read that silly fantasy book. Like, what do you mean?
I was more of a contemporary romance girl, and this taught me what it's like to feel actual pain and yearning. Reese is my everything. Reese is my book husband. Sorry, I don't want to hear it. He's mine. Fated mate for real. He showed me what it's like to experience romance when there's high stakes, when there's people dying.
Kim, there's people that are dying.
And you don't know if you're gonna ever see that person again. This is just profound love. This is more than I could ever possibly ask for in life. I actually have a tattoo on my back for this book that says "To the Stars Who Listen" and the dreams that are answered. I'll pop a photo or something on the screen. I also have 2 from another series from the same author, so we're down bad. I don't feel like I have to say anything more about this. If you haven't read ACOTAR yet, I personally really liked the first book. I don't know, some people don't love it as much. I still really liked it. I think I gave it like 4.5 stars. So I thought it was really good. Regardless, you need to start it and you need to finish the second book, because I promise you, if you just read the first book, you are so blindsided I'm sorry, like, you're not seeing the whole picture, girl. This particular version is my baby. That's enough said there. Okay, you get the point, read it. Next up, we have a book that I feel like some people wouldn't expect in this video, but we have Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. This book is so tortured poets department coded. I'm gonna start by reading a little summary and then just kind of building off of that because I don't want to give anything away. Everything I do here is spoiler free unless otherwise specified. When two young rival journalists find love through a magical connection, they must face the depths of hell in a war between gods to seal their fate forever. That alone should sell you. If you're anything like me, if you like romantasy, if you like yearning, high stakes, that alone should have you hooked. After centuries of sleep, the gods are warring again. But 18-year-old Iris Winnow just wants to hold her family together. Her mother is suffering from addiction, and her brother is missing from the front lines. Her best bet is to win the columnist promotion at the Oath Gazette. Oh, I missed this world! I haven't read this in a long time. To combat her worries, Iris writes... That's a tongue twister. Iris writes letters to her brother and slips them beneath her wardrobe door, where they vanish into the hands of Roman Kit, meow, her cold and handsome rival at the paper. When he anonymously writes Iris back, the two of them forge a connection that will follow Iris all the way to the front lines of battle for her brother, the fate of mankind, and love. Divine Rivals is an epic enemies to lovers fantasy novel filled with hope and heartbreak and the unparalleled power of love. I simply love Roman Kit so much. I love their dynamic. I love that it's giving war. What an out-of-pocket thing to say, but I like a war setting. It's not as like fantastical in that sense. It feels more like a world war or like historical fiction, fantasy vibes, and I really love that. They have these typewriters that they use, like a magical typewriter. It's a duology. There's another book called Ruthless Vows, which I actually haven't read yet. I'm like, do I need to read that right now? I think I do. So incredible. The writing is so good. I definitely was highlighting things in this book. I wonder if I can find a quote for you, actually. Let's see. You know what? Maybe I'll pull a Larry Reads and I'll just like randomly find a quote. I'll just go... That's not a good one. Where are the other dash packs? Okay, let me read a little bit of a letter that Iris wrote to Kit. That's what she calls him, by the way. Dear Kit, I returned to the field to find you. I crawled through the gold, felt the grass cut my hands to ribbons. I strained my eyes for a glimpse of you, and only found traces of your blood and a circle in the dirt that I can't explain. Are you safe? Are you well? I'm sorry. Like, yearning. What do you mean? I feel like I really need to read this book again and then start Ruthless Vows. I think it might be worth it. I love a duology as well. If you're not trying to commit to a giant series, you are an enemies to lovers girl, this is for you. I'm just saying. Okay, we're gonna switch things up a little bit again. I actually don't have the physical copy of this on me right now, but I want to talk about My Dark Vanessa. Oh my god, I have it right there. Wait, hold on. I'm not built that way anymore. This book was my top read of 2023, and I just want to start by saying, check the trigger warnings. Oh my god. I could not emphasize that enough. It's a pretty small book, but there's a lot of very big, scary topics discussed in here. Sexual assault is literally the main theme of this book. Grooming, a lot of stuff. It's very messed up. I think about it all the time, but as somebody, not to get vulnerable on the internet right now, but as somebody who has experienced sexual assault, and especially around the time of reading this book, it was still pretty fresh in my mind. I was still navigating it, and I feel like after a few years, the shock kind of wore off and it started to feel real. To read this from an outsider's perspective of a situation that is so obviously wrong, but to see somebody think that it's completely normal because that's all that they've ever known, and to experience this impact for the rest of her life was so crazy to me. It honestly made me feel so seen, because there are so many times I look back at my past experiences and I'm like, why did I not get out of that sooner? Like, what was I doing? To read about how this impacted her for the rest of her life, how it warped her, I guess, perspective on life and on people for so long, and trying to unlearn that, and how you don't even necessarily want to unlearn that because you have a weird attachment to it. There's just a lot of layers to this, and I feel like I would write a thesis on this book. It's so incredibly good. Very, very sad. I have annotated and highlighted lots of this book. I almost want to read a quote. Let me find a good one. I'm gonna read a couple quotes. They are not anything crazy. It will not spoil anything. everything. It's just to give you a sense of like what we're kind of seeing in this book, or the tone that's written in. First one, gratitude radiates out of him and into me, floods me with love. This, I think, is what it means to be selfless, to be good. How could I ever have thought of myself as helpless when I alone have the power to save him? Interesting. I get the feeling all he really wants is to leave part of himself inside me, to stake his claim, not to impregnate me or anything like that, but something more permanent. He wants to make sure he'll always be there, no matter what. He wants to leave his fingerprints all over me, every piece of muscle and bone. What else? Another one that I feel like really sums up this book. People will risk everything for a little bit of something beautiful. Things happen right in front of them. It's like they're all too ordinary to notice. Crazy. I am going to read the summary. Again, just be mindful. If you're like, I don't really want to hear that, you can just skip ahead. It won't take me long. Okay, it won't take me long. I'm a fast talker, so don't even worry about it. 2000. Bright, ambitious, and yearning for adulthood, 15-year-old Vanessa Y becomes entangled in an affair with Jacob Strain, her magnetic 42-year-old English teacher. Yeah, so like you get why there's trigger warnings. Cool. 2017. Amid the rising wave of allegations against powerful men, a reckoning is coming due. Strain has been accused of sexual abuse by a former student who reaches out to Vanessa, and now Vanessa suddenly finds herself facing an impossible choice. Remain silent, firm in the belief that her teenage self willingly engaged in this relationship, or redefine herself and the events of her past. But how can Vanessa reject her first love, the man who fundamentally transformed her and has been a persistent presence in her life? Is it possible that the man she loved as a teenager, and who professed to worship only her, may be far different from what she's always believed? Alternating between Vanessa's present and past, My Dark Vanessa juxtaposes memory and trauma with the breathless excitement of a teenage girl discovering the power her own body can wield. And yeah, that's all I want to say about that. Okay, I'm being so vulnerable already. This is such a good book. I feel like I really want to do a reread, especially now that it's been like a few years. I don't know if she's published any other books, but if so, I really want to read them because I love her writing style. Oh, it's getting hot. Speaking of hot, let's move into my next God tier read. If you know, you know. Quicksilver by Callie Hart. Listen, this book is so good. Brimstone, the second book in this series, comes out later this year. I quite literally am counting down the days because this book, she's thick.
Double cheeked up
On a Thursday afternoon.
Worth every single page. Honestly, this is so incredibly good. I was giggling, kicking my feet. The MMC in this book, oh my god, like he is up there with Reese for me. Reese is my book husband. He would be my book boyfriend, but like very close. Maybe book fiance, if you will. Maybe we would elope, potentially. I don't love the cover.
You know what they say, don't judge a book by its cover.
Why does it have to look this ugly though? I'm sorry. I want the special edition because this is, I don't want to look at a man's face.
Why would a man be there? No, it's actually pissing me off.
But nonetheless, this book is so incredibly good. It has yearning, angst, enemies to lovers, betrayal, the plot is plotting, fantasy is fantasying, making it words now, it's fine. And I was just simply obsessed. I could not put this down. I thought about it every single day, and I do not have enough people to talk about this with. So if you have read this, if you also ate it up, please message me. Please, I'm begging to yap about this one. I'm gonna read the little summary on the back so you get an idea of what it's about, because I'm not gonna do it justice, girl. I wish, but I just cannot. 24-year-old Saris Fane is good at keeping secrets. No one knows about the strange power she possesses, or the fact that she has been picking pockets and stealing from the Undying Queen's reservoirs for as long as she can remember. I love a thief as well. I love an FMC that's like a sneaky little thieving, conniving girly, because they are ruthless, you know? They have survival instincts. I love to see it. In the land of the unforgiving desert, there isn't much a girl wouldn't do for a glass of water, but sooner or later, every secret comes out. When Saris comes face to face with death himself, my favorite, she inadvertently reopens a gateway between realms and is transported to a land of ice and snow. The Fae have always been the stuff of myth, of legend, of nightmares, but it turns out they're real, and Saris has landed right in the middle of a centuries-long conflict that might just get her killed. The first of her kind to tread the frozen mountains of Yvalia. I think it's Yvalia. Yvalia.
Oh, my
Yvalia. Okay, sure, good enough. In over 1,000 years, Saris mistakenly binds herself to Kingfisher. I know the name is a little bit nasty, but you'll get over it, I promise. A handsome Fae warrior who has secrets and nefarious agendas of his own. He will use her alchemist magic to protect his people no matter what it costs him. ... Or her. Yeah, so he is literally death. Like, there's a Shadow Daddy and then there's Death Daddy. This man, like, oh my god, I cannot explain. It is so good. I genuinely am so down bad. I want to go back and actually annotate this. I just was like so obsessed. I didn't even have the time to pause and highlight something. I was like, nope, I need to keep going. I need to know what happens next. I'm really excited that Brimstone is coming out soon. I say this about every book that I love, but I need to do a reread so I can annotate it and then also have this fresh in my brain for Brimstone, because I feel like that book's going to be loaded. I'm a little bit scared because allegedly this is being adapted into like a Netflix thing. I don't know if it's a movie, if it's a TV show. I don't know how I feel about the whole adaptations thing, because like I have a very specific image of this man in my brain and I don't want that to be messed with, and if it is messed with, like, it'll ruin it. So it's just like too subjective. That's my take. Moral of the story, you need to read this. You need to. I also need to talk to you about it because what the hell. I've heard some mixed reviews on this. I don't get it. I'm a stan. 6 stars, god tier, love him to death. Next up we have Miss Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. You already know. This was my top read of 2024, tied with Akamath, A Court of Mist and Fury. I absolutely love this. It's a little bit beat up, but that's okay because I brought it to the beach with me in Mexico. I was just eating this up. I have so many things highlighted. Let me read you a little quote actually. Oh my god, I love this. What a mindfuck it is to comfort the person who just blew your whole heart open with a rifle. Carnage everywhere. Men down, blood spilled. But the truth is, when you love someone, how we were in love, it didn't matter what he'd do to me. He could have hit me with a bus. Kind of wish he did. I still would have done everything I could to make him not feel what he was feeling. Oh my god. Pain, emotional damage. This honestly doesn't have that much plot. It's just very character driven, and these characters will drive you nuts because you're like, why are you doing this? Just be together, like communicate. And I know that some people hate the miscommunication trope, and honestly I do too. Not in this circumstance though, because this is giving situationship final boss, but make it bougie, rich Londoners Gossip Girl vibes. I'm sorry, what's not to love? There's drama, there's angst, there's fights, there's yearning. Like, the quotes are insane. If you want to cry, read this. And the series just keeps getting better and better. Like, the next book, Daisy Hates, I would also include in this. That was another 5-star read for me. But I personally, might be a hot take, I'm a Magnolia girl. I love that she's so extra, has her outfit details. I love her so much. I need to read the last book. I still haven't, I'm so sorry. But I have read this and Daisy Hates, and I absolutely love these books. If you're into lyrical writing, drama, and character-driven stories, this is for you. Next pick I have is Nocticadia by Carrie Lake. You might not have heard of this, you might have heard of this, depending on what side of the internet you fall under. I personally am on the more dark romance side, so this book I found because of Miss Bailey's bookshelf. Oh my god, like I am chasing this high still. So if you have any books that are similar to this, please let me know. I'm dying, I'm starved. I need more right now. Please, please. This book is dark, creepy, crawly, sexy, spicy, yummy.
Sexy, sweet, yummy.
All at once. I was very happy with that. It's a dark academia setting, but it's not like, when I say dark academia, don't run away and be like,
Oh, so many complicated words. Like, no.
It's easy to read, easy to follow, a very unique setting and plotline. I loved that it was just different. It was magical and fantastical, but not in the same like medieval courts, kingdoms kind of way. So that already got me hooked. It is a little bit longer. Again, worth it. This is like infinity stars to me. The MMC, Professor Bramwell. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I need him like injected in my veins. Like, I'm actually obsessed. I'm gonna read the back because again, I just can't do this justice, and I feel like a lot of people might not know about this and they need to know about this. So here we go. The dead teach the living. After watching my mother succumb to a mysterious illness, I promised myself 2 things. I'd find the cure for what ravaged her and leave the godforsaken city where she abandoned me. 4 years later, I received an acceptance letter from Nocticadia University. Oh my god. One of the oldest, most prestigious schools in the country. Nestled on a secluded island off the coast of Maine, it's rumored to be haunted by the souls of the mental patients exiled there centuries before. Those whose bones are said to make up the island's white sandy shores. And restless ghosts aren't even its most daunting peculiarity. Okay everyone, ready? Derek Bramwell, oh my god, known on campus as Dr. Death. Yeah. Yeah, is a brilliant pathologist in charge of the Midnight Lab. He's also my devastatingly handsome professor who seems to loathe tenacious first years like me. Except his dark gaze tells me all the ways he'd devour me if given a chance, and his stolen kisses burn my lips with forbidden jealousy. Oh my god. This is my favorite thing ever. I crave his authority. He aches for redemption. Together we're toxic. Delicious fodder for... Fodder sounds like Amaya saying father. For the prying eyes. Hellbent on exhuming the rotted skeletons of our past. For the dead have much to teach. And it's only a matter of time before Dracadia's most depraved secret is resurrected. Yeah. This is everything to me. I can't. There's a scene in here. Oh my god. This is where, you know, it's a little explicit. There's a scene in here where she has to take a video of herself in class and her phone drops and he gets the phone. He's like, no phones allowed, picks it up and then later watches it. Oh my god, like that was crazy. That was pure cinema. Oh my god, that was so good. I know it's not for everybody, okay, but it was for me. I'm sorry. I'm really exposing myself in this video. God tier read I think about all the time. Again, I need more books like that, so let me know if you have any in mind. Next up we have Keeping 13. This book pulled me out of a year-long slump, essentially. Binding 13 technically pulled me out of it, but this really got me back into my reading grind. It made me so unwell. This series I thought was just like a silly, goofy sports romance, YA, whatever, which isn't really up my alley. I don't really care about sports or YA romance books half the time, so this changed my life. There's found family. It is like a high school setting, but you just care so deeply about these kids. Like, why are you set up like this? Like, why is your life like this? It makes me so grateful every day to not have to deal with the things that these characters have to deal with. It changes your perspective. It hurts your feelings. But also, like, you just fall in love with these people and you're rooting for them. So I don't want to say too much about this because it is the second book in the series, but just know this does have some trigger warnings you should look into. There's abuse, alcoholism, domestic violence, all of those things. So just be careful going into it. If you're looking for a book that will basically make you upset, this is the one to read. Cannot recommend enough. This had me gagged too. The ending was insane. Like, insane. If you've read this, you know what I'm talking about. I did not see that coming. Keeps you on your toes.
Last time I checked, I got 10 toes, not one toe missing.
Okay, that's all I'll say about that one. We're on our second to last pick of this video. Buckle up. We have Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. I actually gave this 4 stars initially. I have not stopped thinking about it since. This is a god tier book. It's small but mighty. It covers all the bases. It made me cry, like violently sob at the end of reading this. I didn't read A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which is the book you're supposed to read before this one. I was a Hunger Games girly to my core. I already knew. I've reread the Hunger Games trilogy so many times. It's very fresh in my mind. This follows Haymitch's character and his Hunger Games and his experience, and it is just so incredibly devastating, if you've seen Hunger Games, which I'm sure you have, to see Haymitch's character before he became the way he is in those movies and those books that we read about. It is just so incredibly sad to see a man with such pure intentions and such a pure, kind heart just get broken by the world. If you want emotional damage, read this book. Can you tell I have a type? Shadow daddies, death, dark academia, dark romance, and crying and sadness, so that's really fun. Again, I don't want to say too much about this one. Trust, you need to read this. If you want a better experience, you could totally reread the whole series and then A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but you don't need to. I watched the movie for that one and I was good with that. The last pick of today's video, my final god tier book, it's actually 2 books because I lied. I have Queen of Shadows and I have Assassin's Blade. So these are from the Throne of Glass series. As you can tell, I definitely loved Queen of Shadows. I do have a few tabs in Assassin's Blade as well, not as many, but these 2 books are like art to me. I'm actually doing a reread of the tandem read right now. I'm done Empire Storms. I'm just finishing up Tower of Dawn. So I haven't read Kingdom of Ash. I can imagine that would be here. Stay tuned for an update on that one. I will film a vlog of me reading it. I'm scared, but these books are so incredibly good. Assassin's Blade, initially, I think I gave 3.75 stars because I read it in the romantic order. I forget exactly what that order is, but I'll put it on screen somewhere. And I didn't really care that much about Selena's story and about Sam, who are the 2 main characters in this book. But as you continue on with the series, particularly Queen of Shadows and then also Heir of Fire, you're like, oh my god. It makes you appreciate this book so much more, and I just think that the fact that Sarah J Maas wrote the series at like 16 or something, these books are so incredibly well intertwined and relate back to each other and make you go,
Oh my god, I remember why that was brought up now.
that is crazy. It kind of makes me feel like when I was 11 reading Harry Potter and Divergent, Hunger Games, and like the feeling that I had reading those series. Highly recommend. I love the entire series. It's a god tier series for me. Again, Kingdom of Ash TBD. Pretty confident in that god tier answer, so I'm not going to say too much about these because it will spoil things. Just know that this series is worth it. Push through, you might be like, there's
So much info, I don't care.
it all happens for a reason. She does not write a single word without a good reason. So also, if that doesn't convince you enough, check it out. This is Goldrin, sword from Throne of Glass, and then I have a tattoo here. I don't know if you can see it, but it says Fireheart. So, you know, those are both Throne of Glass tattoos. It's fine. Oh, also, I don't know if you can see that either, but I have a 13, partially for Taylor Swift, obviously, but also for binding and keeping 13. I digress.
2 hours later.
Fancy seeing you here. Well, so remember how I said there were 10 books? I lied. Technically, I showed you 10 because I had 2 books mentioned for one part of this video, but I actually forgot to show you one of my top reads. When I realized this just now as I'm editing this video as we speak, I then realized that I've misspoke, I believe, about my top reads. I know that My Dark Vanessa was a top read for me one year. Oh, see, I told you I wasn't good at math. So My Dark Vanessa was my top read of 2022. Then 2023 would be Akamath and Magnolia Parks tied for being my top reads. Then last year would be this book, which I'm going to tell you about now. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I'm sorry. All I have to say are 3 words. I remember you. Oh my god. Oh my god. So fun fact is I actually have read this twice. I did a reread with my book club girlies. We have a little book club that we do. We have not done it in so long because we were all so busy. I decorated my whole basement. I basically printed out quotes to hang from my wall, made a whole theme. I had like themed drinks and stuff. It was really, really cute. And when I was printing off the quotes to hang on my ceiling, I literally started to cry. This book is life-changing. I'm gonna read the synopsis on the back so you have an idea, but just know I think about this book all the time, and it is just one of those reads that like I will never get over. I will never get over it. I cannot believe, how ironic is that? If you've read this book, you know. Me being like, I remember you, also me forgetting to mention this book. Like,
Oh my god.
Addie LaRue, I'm so sorry. France, 1714. In a moment of desperation, a young woman named Adeline meets a dangerous stranger and makes a terrible mistake. It will be 300 years before she stumbles into a hidden bookstore and discovers someone who can remember her name. And suddenly, everything changes again. I'm sorry. Let me find some of my favorite quotes. I did not actually annotate this. I've read this twice and haven't annotated it. That's criminal. I'm just looking up some of the best quotes. Books, she has found, are a way to live 1,000 lives, or to find strength in a very long one. I mean, come on, I'm a book girly, of course I love that quote. It is sad, of course, to forget, but it is a lonely thing to be forgotten, to remember when no one else does. I'm getting depressed. Why do I enjoy things that make me sad? Like, I don't understand. What she needs are stories, because time is cruel to all and crueler still to artists, because visions weaken and voices wither and talent fades, because happiness is brief and history is lasting, and in the end, everyone wants to be remembered. This is an infinite star rating. I cannot get enough of this. If you haven't read this yet, please pick it up. It's a standalone, girl. What are you waiting for? Do yourself a favor. That concludes today's video where we went over my god tier reads. To round it down to only 10/11 books was really, really hard, but I am confident in these answers. I just love these books. I have no shame. I talk about them all the time. Anybody that I meet that says they're a reader, I'm like, please read these. And they're like, I read self-help books. And I'm like, do you want to learn about Dr. Death? They mean everything to me. If you haven't read these and maybe now you're inspired to read them, let me know in the comments down below. And just in general, if you made it this far into the video, let me know by commenting a crystal ball emoji. Or the other thing you could do is let me know one of your god tier reads in the comments below that maybe I didn't mention in this video, that I can be put onto some more 6-star infinity star reads, because that would make me very happy. If you liked today's video, if you want to see more of me, please don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button down below and hit the little bell notification icon, okay? So you never miss a new upload from me. Every Wednesday at 12 p.m. PST on the dot. Right? You're there at 12 p.m. You better be. Also, don't forget to follow me over my Bookstagram at Emily Marie Reads with 2 S's because my name is Basic. Okay, I'd love to have you over there. Come say hi. I will go and follow you back. We'll become besties. We'll DM every day about our favorite books.
You in or what?
How am I getting worse at my intros and my outros? Like, aren't you supposed to get better with time? I don't understand. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining the family. It really means the world to me. I hope that you have the best day ever. I hope you have a million God tier reads in your future because you deserve it. That is all for now, and I'll see you guys in my next video next Wednesday. Bye!